this, and that might be loud. So let me know if those are loud. Everything reset. Awesome.
Wow.
Yep. And I like how the Discord update also reset my OBS. So I don't know if it was Discord. Anyway, here we are, Coffee Talk. Good morning. It is Sunday, the 18th of August. It's Guido coming at you from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's Pilgrim from the correct side of the Atlantic with, wait for it, the proverbial Guido miserable Monday morning mug with no attachments, and Guido's got one as well. There we go. Buy one today, but there's no free gives today. Unfortunately, you've had your lot because you're not bought enough mugs,
That's right.
people.
You're going to have to have the standard cup. Hello, Wayne, Gator, Bitwise, Diablo's here. Midnight. Who else we got? Metal Over Madness. Who am I missing? Just around midnight, I think I said that. And Stickler was first in. How's everybody doing? Good morning on this fine Sunday. I mowed yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a big deal down there in Florida.
I don't have to do it today. That's the big thing.
That is a big thing. I
think I might start doing it weekly because it was much easier.
Was it?
Yeah.
What are you doing at the moment? Fortnightly?
Yeah, about every 2 weeks. Yep.
Yeah, but it's like the jungle down there, isn't it? It's like you're in the subtropic.
We'll get to that, Wayne.
You need to,
We'll get to that, Wayne. Did you see what Wayne typed?
Quit mowing.
You'd left. You missed it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I broke one of my rules. I went past 3 hours.
You did say you were getting up to the 3 hour point.
And you will recall the 110E3 battle where I bounced not a single shot.
That's the one.
And I low rolled a 587 or something. And then a guy high rolled an almost 850 or 830 or something like that on me, and that's the cliff. I went off, and then you left pretty quickly after that. And then I had a game on.
I could foresee it. I foresaw it.
Yeah, I was playing the Centurion, and I had a just atrocious start, and I just drove. I attacked. I won't say I drove out into the enemy. I attacked forward.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got very aggressive.
Extremely aggressive.
Right.
And cursed, and there was a little tear came out of my eye.
Really?
Yep.
Was it a bit of that? Was it a bit of that?
Yep.
Or
was
it?
And I rage quit. It wasn't to the extent of like throwing stuff or just turning off the stream, but it was pretty close. But we did get a raid. We did get a raid out of it. But I did cry and whine and piss and moan. Yeah.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It was horrible. It was a horrible session. It was one of the worst. It was It was terrible.
It was unmentionable. Is that
it
what
was unmentionable? The problem is, those seem to be the standard for me now. So it's oof.
It feels that way, doesn't it? It feels. I mean, I've been like you. I've been playing the last couple of weeks since I got back off vacation, and it just feels a totally different game. It feels like, and this is tinfoil hat time, it feels like the whole of World of Tanks is against me. Yeah. I'm like, what have I done wrong? Why? Because I've been away for 2 weeks. You now hate me.
Blonde, how are you? Welcome. Diablo, did you 3-mark that thing yet? And are you talking about the 11 plus 11.8 or whatever it was you sent me? Because I did do a video on that. That was impressive. And that is coming, guys. There's a huge Kronwagen game coming video-wise for you guys.
That'd be cool. I'd really want to say to Diablo, good on you, mate, because the clan chat has been, the clan Discord has been full of examples of you doing the mission enough in damage and kills in any tank to show Guido that it's possible. And Guido's getting really pissed off with that. Every game he keeps putting it up there. Look at the damage I'm doing.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I do the same things he does, but clearly not. I must be doing them worse or too late or too early. It's something.
We'll pay Diablo $50 to take your account over and do it for you, mate.
Dude, the Kron game in terms of like hits and pins, until later on in the match, he was unable to not hit or pin. He was close still, though. He was close. All right, cool.
His purple things, yeah.
Yeah, so I rage quit. Next stream will be Tuesday, guys. Monday I'm on the road. Tuesday. We should have a Coffee Talk Sunday. I'm on a trip coming back Saturday, Pilgrim, so I expect to be back on Sunday. for that.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Absolutely,
it's cool,
absolutely. But that's the plan right now. But Tuesday and maybe actually Wednesday, Thursday I'm on the road again. Friday on the road. Saturday on the road. So Tuesday, Wednesday are the possibilities for a stream, guys.
Cool.
I have a Minotauro preview out. If you want to check that out. We are also going to Silver. Thank you for the sub, much appreciated. We are also going to take a look at the Italian TDs. I am currently in the test client, and we can take a look at all of those and the numbers as they stand right now. There's a couple very interesting, I suppose I'll say, things. You're welcome, Silver. Thank you. Yeah, Bitwise, it's nuts. And I don't know if you've dug into the lower tier ones, but they look pretty much the same.
Yeah, I had to watch it, some of the streamers that are currently using some of that stuff. It feels... Now, I'm hoping that Wargaming don't put them in game in the current iteration. I hope that there is some work done to it because of Common Test. But I get the feeling that Common Test is very much not all about adjusting the balance. It's about other things. So I've got a feeling you're going to see these in game and they're going to be,
My opinion of it is Common Test is great for checking out if the models are working and you click fire and it works and there aren't any maybe armor bugs or weird things going on.
Yeah.
It's okay, but not great for balance because people don't play like they would in randoms.
No, they don't. They load gold and they max the crews out, so and everything else that goes with it. So it's not true reflection, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, they could nerf it. They nerfed the little prize tank, the Lago.
Yeah.
And they've just nerfed. This is super test stuff, but they nerfed a couple of the other premiums that they're looking at. But super test is pretty late in the game, and as Diablo says, they have nerfed it before, but it is rare. So we'll see. Namara, what's happening, man? How are you? And that's it, I think, for channel news.
Your 100 battle challenge is going on, though, isn't it? Still.
Yeah, I moved forward. I'm pretty close to the Scorpion, finishing Baby Scorpion, and maybe the IS-2. Those will be the next two.
It's frustrating, though, the Scorpion, isn't it?
Yeah, I've actually done pretty well on it. I'm like, I didn't notice, but I'm like 80% in the last.
Oh, okay. How are you dealing with the dispersion? Because it does bounce around a little bit, doesn't it?
I think I put an IA on it.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I put an IA on it, and that tamed the gun just enough to make it a little nicer.
Yeah.
It's like anything. I have the. It tends to be, as I do these 100 battles, it tends to be I have a pretty good start. Then the middle can be pretty rough. Then towards the end, as you start to learn the tank a little more, it gets better.
Yeah.
That's not every tank, but it seems like it's fairly familiar.
The thing is with the Scorpion, it's like it's a I want to call it a bincy bouncy thing. The barrel goes.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, because the chassis has
snapshot.
Yeah, it's got a short wheelbase.
Yeah.
Or length, I guess. Base wide.
It's like a long barrel, short wheelbase.
Yeah, so it rocks a lot while you're driving.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot snap. I mean, I've seen people snapshot in it, and I don't know how they do it, but I can't snapshot in it. I've got to be static still, fully zoomed in to get anything out of it.
Namara's playing the Scorpion G right now. Yeah, that's an old classic, cool man. That's an old classic right there. It's still a good tank.
Still relevant today. I mean, it's
right. Yeah.
I think people understand its weaknesses a lot more now and can take it out a lot because it's got quite a high turret or open turret. But if you can get it in the right place at the right time, like any tank, but it is a big hitter, isn't it? I do like it.
Bitwise says when he plays a tank, he gets worse as it goes.
That's me.
So that's kind of what I'm talking about, and I don't know what you're considering a lot, but when I'm talking like 100 battles, and I don't always start all of them at 0, but right now most of them are starting at 20 or 30.
Yeah. And
it is a case of that, 30 or 40 battles in, I do start to struggle, and then there's the plateau. Skill plateaus are always hard to beat.
Yeah.
And sometimes you backslide a little bit, and then there'll be usually somewhere around 80 or 90, there'll be another uptick as I start to get more comfortable with the tank. Yeah. That's all very general kind of stuff.
I think as a general point, that's pretty much the same for the whole of the game. If you're watching your stats and things like that, I mean, for me, since I've been playing with you and been in the clan and been taught and all the rest of it, I've gone from that 49% to 52% player.
Yeah.
But I've plateaued out because I can't quite grasp the nuances to take it any further than 52%.
Yeah.
Because going from 52 to 53 to 54, there's so many tiny little things that I'm not doing that I should do. But
Well, every skill increase
understanding
gets
that.
harder and harder.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And often
Yeah,
it's less
absolutely.
and less. And
Yeah.
individual people are going to have their own skill ceilings.
Yes, absolutely.
If you consider it as a competition against yourself, that makes it a little bit better. You're only trying to improve
Yeah.
yourself and not worry too much about what everybody else is doing.
And you also get comfortable with it. I mean, I'm not pressuring myself by saying, "Oh, I want to get to 55% or something
Yeah.
as a win rate." I'm quite comfortable at 52% because I sort of understand that's where I at. That's where I am. If I was to get serious, maybe, and do a lot more work into it, I would want to push myself. But I'm quite comfortable at 52%.
Well, there is
gives me-
psychology and utility to
Yeah.
pushing yourself. Like if you want to,
Yeah.
you want to do the competition and you want to push yourself. There's
Yeah.
there's a performance stress level that is optimum. Too much
Yeah.
and your performance goes down. Too little and you're not
Yeah.
really improving or challenging yourself.
That's it. That's
And it's hard to find that zone, and you don't have to get into that zone. It's all individual whether you
No.
want to or not.
That's absolutely there. I mean,
But that's known by psychologists and,
Yes.
and performance
Yeah, it is,
performance minded kind of people.
Find the inner purple. You cry. Yes, just around me. I have found my inner purple, but not in World of Tanks. It's in
You know what though?
mining.
The cool thing about this game is no matter what your skill level, you will find that inner purple player.
Yeah.
And it's just how often you do it
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you will
yeah.
have those huge that's why a lot of people
Yeah.
play is you remember those huge games every once in a while. You have
Yeah.
those big ones. And the better you are, you have a few more of those as you go along, you know?
Yeah. That's the thing for me. I'll look back and think that T105 game or that, TEO3 game or whatever. One of those big games where, in fact, one of my biggest games was with the Badger, and I can remember that game. And I can remember the decisions I made at the time, but I cannot repeat it. No.
Yeah. Gator, that's a great question. It's a little simplistic to just say, should I play one tank or should I do times twos? Just as one example, maybe you're grinding credits and you have 2 or 3 premiums you like and you play well. So I don't think there's a problem moving amongst those. I think people do struggle a little bit, and I do this a lot on stream. I just randomly go pick tanks and go, and sometimes their tanks haven't played in a while. So there is utility in playing it, getting comfortable with the tank, and if you play that same tank a couple, 3, 4 times a day, depending on how long you sit down and play, that's the other. There's a million factors in here. But I would say in general that people do suggest sticking to kind of as few tanks as possible, especially if you're trying to improve.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
more you know your tank, it's like any tool. The more you know the tool that you're using, the more you know its abilities and capabilities,
Right.
the better you are at using that tool. So I guess there is some credence to that.
I think Diablo, that's actually not a bad technique. 2 to 3 until they're marked, or I get bored. And you'd have to tell
there
us
is
if
that.
they're the same
Yeah.
kind of class or type of tank. That's another thing you can kind of do is play tanks that play similarly, so
Yeah.
you don't have to change gears so much, as you're going along. Because I'll be on stream and I don't know, I'll be playing some heavy tanks. Next thing I know, I won't be thinking. I'll be in a TD and I'll be driving to the heavy tank spot.
Yeah. Or you're in your
I've
you're in
done
your
that.
Monty and you're trying to face hug.
Yeah, 1 medium and 1 heavy. Well, there you go. Yep.
There you are.
But if you're
There is-
grinding and you got 5 or 6 lines and you enjoy it and you're just trying to do times twos, I don't know. It's really at the end of the day, it's what your goal is.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, if I'm optimizing learning, it would be something like Diablo's talking about, either 1 tank or maybe up to 3. Stick with those and try to improve.
Yeah.
Because then you get kind of a baseline and understand where you are. And you'll
Yes.
notice then, am I doing worse, better, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that too. There's another factor. Absolutely. The tier thing is important.
Yeah.
Generally, people set up their tier 10s with more or less money losing setups, there it's hard to make money there anyway. And then you're talking people will be using food and a lot of premium rounds if they need it, that kind of stuff. But don't worry about that. That's part of the game at 10. But then drop down to 8 and play some games and crank
Play
up some
money.
credits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if you're good enough, there's a small percentage of top players who can play 10 and consistently make decent credits, or at least minimize or zero out the losses. But that's not all of us. Not all of us can do that.
No. The adage is, no matter how good you are, there's always going to be somebody better than you. So you can strive. You can strive to be the best that you want to be, but don't be in competition with other people. It's pointless, because there's always going to be that dude that's 1% better than you.
Yeah.
Fact.
Absolutely. All right, so I think that's it for channel news. We got off on a skill talk.
We did, didn't we?
That's good though. It's good.
At least it was a World of Tanks tangent. It wasn't about my left foot or something.
Man, just a small aside on picking tanks. The T-34B. I have the T-34 and I played it a lot and have a pretty good win rate in it. I recently got the B, so I'm doing the 100 Battle Challenge. This thing used to be a pretty good tank. It was never great, but it was solid, and it's got pretty good pen and hits hard. But it is so power crept now. I struggle to do anything with the thing. Now, it still makes good credits because it's got pretty good pen. But man, there is nothing other than the turret and gun depression that tank has that's worth anything in this meta.
Well,
and that's pretty good in certain situations. It's still, good turret. Yeah. But of course, its top is really thin, so nearly anybody can pen you ban. Struggle.
Well, there we go. That foretells the future of the T-29 after the nerf.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe. It'll be along those lines, perhaps.
Maybe. 65% rating.
You see, the Kron it's just a one-off. Well, it's not a one-off. It's a Tech 3 tank that does well. So why is Wargaming having to touch it? No idea. Anyway, that's a different story.
That's another story.
That one before.
All right. Let's see. I think we're going to go into missions and specials. So get your blue lights out.
Oh. Get your blue lights out. Here we go.
Blue light special.
Still working.
So, oh boy. First, let's just go with Cake My Day. Cake My Day. That is the code.
Cake My Day.
In case you don't know, that's Commander AF's code for a T-92 Scout. I saw a lot of those the last few days. I didn't know why so many T-92s were out, and that explains it.
It explains it very well, but whether I would actually go out my way to play it is a different matter.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
No?
I'm not. Yeah.
It's not particularly great. It's okay, but it's not particularly great.
Horrible.
Horrible. You're not even going to give it average, huh?
No, I'm not even going to give it average. It's horror bad.
Let's see what's in the premium shop, folks. Let's get our shill on. Okay, get out your wallets. Get your crowbars out. What do we got? Well, we got a bunch of these fast track things. Tank-wise, the Hawk. Oh, boy. The Kanonen. Oh, boy. The Lurva is for sale. There's the Scorpion G someone mentioned. Gotta get my chat over here so I can see what everyone's saying. Yeah, this is pretty average. The Renagadi is out. That's not a bad price at $34 actually. 35.
Yeah, again, a good tank for a decent price. And then when you look around and see the other price points that they put on stuff, there's no rhyme or reason.
You can get a Type 64 for $11 and 25 times 5, so that's a pretty good deal actually. That's a great little Tier 6 light tank, man. You can do a lot of missions, especially the lower ones. Things like the Chimera mission and anything lower than that. Hard to do the 279 and 260 missions with that low of a tier. In fact, I don't even know if you can. But for the lower missions, that thing is a beast. Let's see, we got gold. We're gonna go to. Let's go to the anniversary, because I think this is really the biggest thing they have for sale. You can buy the Caliban now, folks, if you don't have one. If you need it.
Again, a good price point for the standard.
If you own the Caliban or 703, look at the bundles in the game store. The gold you get credited for them is different in every bundle. Really? What does that mean? Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it increases as the price increases. If that's what you're saying. That's pretty standard. I've seen that before. 25, 45, 75. Same thing here. 25, 45, 75. Yep. $159. What are we getting for $159? Pilgrim, they are clearly selling these things.
Aren't they just?
They keep offering them.
Yeah.
So that indicates to me, anyways, that they're selling them, but it's hard for me to wrap my mind around it.
Yeah. Without being inside the business, it's hard to understand what the whole reason for this is.
You know what's hilarious about this to me? I didn't really notice it until I dug into it today. The hilarious thing about this is they got that coin thing going on.
Yeah.
And the amount of coins they give is silly. There's 6. You get 6. That's your 6 coins. Seems like if they gave like 20 coins. I don't know. It's weird. 6. Doesn't that seem like a low number?
It doesn't feel like you could buy anything with it.
It doesn't. You can. You can get one of the things, kind of.
Yeah.
Very strange. Very strange. Anyway, there you go. 25, bunch of free experience. Oh, you do get 25, 50% credits. Wow, okay. They rarely sell those, folks. They rarely sell those 50% credit things.
This is for the ready to party version.
This is Object 703 version 2 ready to party for $157.
Right.
You're getting 7 million credits, 7,500 and the tank. In theory, it's a $225 value, but a fairly significant amount of that value is these things.
Yeah.
The personal reserves, which
I
don't know.
You see, 25 times plus 300% to free experience earning battle for 1 hour. That's great, but then you've got to buy gold to convert that into usable experience. So whatever gold you get given with a package, if you were to go down the 25 times 300% free experience route, you would use that gold up converting it. So you've not actually made anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not using it for unlocking modules directly or something, I get it. Yeah. There is a conversion on right now, though, I believe.
There is.
Yeah.
There is. I waited for it.
We'll get to that.
Weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are fairly large packages, but the Caliban, not often for sale so far, but there it is, the 703 version 2, and we've got the 220-2. The KV5 is out there, as well as the Mutant.
Yeah, the Mutant's
6.
up there as well, isn't it?
The tank, they said they'd never sell.
Very true.
Founders package or whatever it was, the early adopters of the game told that would be an exclusive that would never be sold.
So much.
But that's
Panzer 58.
That's none of my business.
None of my business. But let's talk Panzer 58.
Okay, what about it?
Well, they're offering it up, and let's just have a look at the money they're offering. Oh no, sorry, I got it wrong. I saw the standard 58, I saw the summer party, and then I dropped down and I went, it's gone down in price for the better package, but it was actually the Sturv.
Oh yeah.
Got the wrong glasses on. Hang on, let me get the right glasses.
Well, bizarrely, the Sturv, a tier 6 medium, is only $10 less.
Yeah.
Than the Panzer 58 package. And
Yeah.
they seem to have more or less the same stuff, other than the tank.
Yeah.
The Panzer 58 is not a great tank. This thing is pretty good at tier 6 if you're a tier 6 player.
Yeah, the Sturv is quite handy because it's the extra shells you've got sat in the clip, which is fun.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of players, well, they probably do, but a lot of newer players may not realise, especially that tier, that it has a clip. So you do the shot and they'll poke out to take one and they get another one straight up the chuff there.
Makes me wonder where Panzer 58 lives on the in the current situation.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Let's have a go.
I think it's mid premium or even lower tier premium. Tier as in quality. Let's see tank stats.
What's staying in the house?
Let's go to mediums.
Good afternoon, Mustang.
Where does our Panzer 50? There it is. Yeah, right in the middle of everything. So not at the bottom, but that's win rate. What about DPG? That looks low. It's even lower on DPG. Yep, down here. So maybe not what you want when you're purchasing premiums these days.
No.
Because it's all about the next greatest thing, man.
All about the game-breaking pixel tanks.
That's right. All right, so that's that, I think, in terms of what's in the store. What else we got here, Pilgrim? We got some... what are the missions? Oh, let's talk about the 12th anniversary missions. I don't know if I can actually show you that over here. Yeah, it's not in the test client, so I'd have to come out of that. I want to show you guys the Minotauro and all that stuff in the test client. So we'll get to that in a little while. We can take a look at what it is, though. If we come over here to... There we go. Come down to the missions, or to the... There we go. Or discounts, I mean. So we've got the 1 to 40 experience to free experience conversion, so that's good. We have discounts on collectors tier 5 vehicles. Only tier 5? Is that 5 and above? I don't know. Discounts on researchable end collectors. Oh, okay, that's where it says that. Tier 6 and 7. And then tier 8 to 10, excluding the Yo line. So the Yo line is still not there. Wayne, I don't know. That's a great question. I haven't seen anything on the Italian Premium TD.
I got a feeling it's going to be one of these marathon things. I think it's going to come out on the patch.
Diablo wants me to look at the
bundles in the in-game store.
Is he saying the numbers change or something from what's shown?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's look at it.
If you get to the anniversary sell, if you already own the Caliban or the 7 and 3, look at the bundles in the game.
7,000
in store. The gold you get credited for them is different in every bundle. Is that because if you own it?
Well, you're getting you only get the gold. You only get the gold, but it's minus 30%. Here's what. Here it is. If you already own the vehicle included in this package, you'll receive gold compensation depending on the package discount. Also, if you do not spend all... Oh, that's the coins thing we'll talk about later. Is that what you're talking about? That number didn't change.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fairly standard, and watch out for that. It doesn't happen always, but it is fairly standard that if you own the tank and you're expecting compensation, you're going to get the discounted gold. I would agree with that.
They changed that. They changed that. Was it? I want to say last year.
Years ago.
Because before it was like massive. You used to make a lot of.
Yeah, people used to do that a lot. There were certain situations because the package would be discounted, and the gold would be the full value of the tank. So they were getting extra gold.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe on that, I think that's the position the company took anyway. So. Always read the fine print, guys, when you're buying stuff from Wargaming, because these descriptions, details, will save you from making a mistake if you think you're getting some kind of deal. Sometimes it's true, but often it is not when you do Pilgronomics and you're looking at it going, ooh, I'm going to get a bunch of extra gold out of this. Read this.
Yeah, I got out and bought the lot, mate.
Make sure you read the details. And I will also say... based on past experience, sometimes those aren't even right.
No,
yeah.
That's very
so
true.
Diablo almost bought the 703 for the crew and stuff. Yeah. Yes, you would have. You would have not got as much. Well, in Wargaming's opinion, you would have got exactly the value of that package.
Yeah.
Although you would not have got what you thought you were going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Okay. Let's go back and see what other discounts. I think we talked about them all there.
There's a lot on for the 12th anniversary, but there's nothing that sort of stands out. Nothing significant. There's lots of itty bitsy stuff.
I'll tell you what does stand out, and we'll get to it later when we get to my other client. And Diablo talked about it. There's 3,000 bonds available.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't see that.
And you can get those by
crikey.
only doing the first major mission
Right, okay.
and 2 or 3 days of regular missions. And I've already done that myself. So that's 3,000 bonds for not very difficult. And
All right,
that's pretty good.
interesting then, because all I was focused on was these little coins they were giving out. I was thinking,
Yeah.
I've not even earned one yet.
And that's
So,
almost a piece of equipment, really.
Yeah.
All right, so then we're going to swing into the 17th to the 22nd. Oh, we got all kinds of weird stuff here. What else is... Oh, that's ×2. Okay, and then we're going to get... On the 17th, we're going to get free crew to XP, consumable... All right, there'll be a consumable sale, guys, starting on the 17th to the 22nd. So Wednesday through the weekend. So that'll be something people are waiting for sure. Discounted customization, garage slots, yada yada, that's fine. This is ×2, and then we're going to go ×5 on the 19th. So the last weekend will be a ×5 weekend. And then we do have some discounts on these, I believe, are the vehicles you can get in the tech tree, I think. So, I don't know, none of these are really good. The Super's still pretty decent. The MLE 49's okay. The Chrysler's okay. The rest of them are not great at all. And then from the discounts on Barrack, why is this so confusing? Barracks resetting crew skills. Is that now? It is.
There's
Oh,
now
good.
in it.
Okay, so there is a crew skill
50%.
reset. Yeah, so this is a
Yeah.
good. If you got crews you need to rework, now's the time to do it. And there you go. So
Definitely.
pretty cool. That's all good. And then a lot of it is customizations and stuff, but we'll get into it later when we get into the coin store
Yeah.
for the anniversary. There's a lot of good stuff. Spend your coins, don't save them. War Machine, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Spend your coins, don't save them, man.
Oh, yeah. Don't save them.
All right.
Get them spent. You've only got until when? 22nd? Something like that?
And again, I can't show you it because my client doesn't have. We'll do it later. But the only way that I know to get to the missions is the bottom right of your screen. Let me just show this here. This is the test client. The bottom right, basically where Pilgrim is, there's a card right there you click on. I don't think you can get to the missions for the anniversary thing from the missions tab, I believe. It's not under the events thing. So they have a couple things going on.
No.
Is that what you're seeing? I think that's true.
Arcade cabinet. Oh, yeah. Commander AF specials. No, it's not in there.
So you have to go back to the
you have to
garage
get-
part,
yeah, yeah.
and you got to
Yeah,
click
yeah,
on
you gotta
that. That's the only way that I
Yeah.
have found to get there. If there's another ways, you guys can chuck it down in there. I'm sure most people found it. We'll go through that in a minute when we get there. All right.
Yeah. I don't get
else
that,
we got?
though. Why is it not in missions? Well, anyway, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's sort of an
That's
event.
just weird.
It's sort of an event, and I don't know why they didn't put it in the event tab. I'm not sure.
No. Okay.
Yeah. It was a little bit strange.
I love the fact when I go to it, it's got a big go-to purchase, and I look across to the anniversary coin count, and it's 0. Because I've done 0 out of the first daily missions. And I've only got 1,549 on the major mission. So I'm like, I've got till Monday. Bloody hell.
The regular missions are actually pretty easy. I think I did the math. You can get... My understanding is there's 2 major missions, and if the second one's the same, that's 20 points per, so that's 40 points.
Right.
And I think there's another 40 points left. Start on the 12th, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. Because I don't think you're going to get any points on the 22nd. 5 times 10 is 50, so I think there's 90 coins available. Does that check out, guys? Does that sound about right? I think there's 90 coins available total.
Which, okay, so what will that let you buy? Let me have a quick look. Not a lot. Probably a lot of bonds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 600. Yeah, okay.
Let's move on to subjects du jour, because Bitwise brings
Let's
up a
do
good
that.
point
Yeah.
that I wanted to cover.
Right.
That's a great question. So here's Guido's cynical answer to that. Because of how ridiculous this whole arcade cabinet thing has been in terms of being worthless as a testing bed, even though that's what they're going to use it for, it really, in my opinion, it's the self-licking ice cream cone that they're going to find exactly what they want to find. People want a faster game, not a slower one.
Yeah.
That I think there's a predetermined outcome, and I don't know. I'm not saying it's conscious that they decided to do it this way just to get that, but that's what they're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't.
See, because nobody wants to play the game that way, that slow. But
No.
I want to play the game slower than it is right now. Just not that slow. Like,
See,
I don't want this autoloader crazy get deleted stuff. Like, if another Cobra jumps out and deletes me in -2 seconds, I may throw my computer through the window.
Yes. No, it's
Like, I am seriously getting tired of Cobras.
yeah.
I mean, once a session, a Cobra jumps out and deletes my tank in -2 seconds. It's insane. They don't miss me. I'm getting hit for 300, 400. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I understand that. This whole arcade thing, I don't know. I can't really figure out why they brought it into it as a test bed or whatever, because this current iteration is pointless. I mean, it's 30%, I think, slower, 30% everything, reload and aiming time and all the rest of it. What? That's not going to change it. That's not how the game was. They're pitching it. Remember way back when World of Tanks was like this? Well, we're reintroducing it as an arcade mode. Let's try. It was never that slow. It wasn't as fast as it is now, I'll give you that, but it was never that. It was never like they're trying to portray it as an arcade game. So what's the point in doing it? What, is it just something as an aside that people can jump in and have a bit of fun? Is that what it's about? Is Wargaming putting that much effort into it just because it might be a bit of fun?
Yeah.
Or are they taking serious data out of it? Don't know.
Just around midnight, I think that is exactly why, or one of the major reasons
point.
why people don't
point.
want to push. You can't make a move with the amount of autoloader, reloader, loader, reloader, autoloaders that are in the game.
Yes. Yeah.
And the super high alpha stuff that's getting chucked out there.
Yeah.
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 You make a move and you're out. So people learn, right? They don't.
Yeah.
They're not stupid necessarily. They there's a bunch of autoloader, loader, reloader loaders out there. Then you got the stupid Italian version and the Russian version, and
Well, that point I want to make about the Italian TDs, the fact that they've got that amount of shells in the clip now, never mind the 8-second reload on the shell. If they're sat back in any TD position, not face hugging, and somebody else is doing some spotting for them, aka the E10 the 103 game, then those TDs are going to sit and shred you the minute you stick your nose out anywhere, and you're not even going to see where it came from, because you've been spotted. They're you're within their draw distance. You're going to have all these Italian TDs sitting there with like 1,000 shots. You're dead the minute you poke.
But there's there's heavies that have that. There's mediums that have that. I mean,
there is. Yes.
Anywhere you go on a map, most teams are made up of a third to 25% to 33% autoloaders, if not more on occasion. There's just so many of them.
Yeah.
Right? There's just so many of them that it's just hard. Gator makes a good point. He doesn't want an FPS shooter. And he didn't think it was too slow. I'm kind of with you. I thought the pacing of this game when it first came out, and I would say within probably maybe 5 years ago, when autoloaders were a novelty that the French had, and there were a couple here and there on
and they weren't hard hitting, Guido. The autoloaders at the time were either light tanks, way back then, or mediums that don't hit hard, or had a clip of 3.
Right.
All right. We had the 1357 with its 8 shells and all that.
Well, the Bat Chat was pretty brutal.
The Bat Chat was pretty brutal.
But back then that was it. That's all there was. It was a novelty. Yeah, yeah. It's not a novelty anymore.
No,
it's an integral part of I don't know, who doesn't have an autoloader now?
Exactly.
Is there? Well, no. The Japanese actually do. I guess the Czechs don't have one. But all the main big lines, all of them have them. USSR, US, Brits, all the big Germany does not have an autoloader. Do they? They don't have a single one. They used to have the WT, right? Do they not have one?
Yeah, they did. That's interesting.
So that's actually fascinating because remember why the WT was taken out of the game.
Oh, and now they're in the game
everywhere. Yeah, now there's like multiple sons of WT.
Yeah, exactly. They've taken the concept of the WT and just flooded
I mean,
the game.
to be honest, at this point, they might as well put it back in.
Well, it's going to make exactly that. It's going to make no difference.
It'll make no difference. You might as well put it. Oh, there was one on the SPIC. I didn't know that. Just put it back in. Doesn't matter. You've crossed that Rubicon a long time ago.
But you see, there's a marketing thing for them. They could hype that up to the ends of the earth because older players like us or players that have been playing it a long time will remember with fondness, if we had a WT, the WT. So if it comes on sale as a premium, everybody's going to spend dollars to get it, and it won't be as good as it was back then.
Well, as soon as they figure they can make money on it, it'll happen.
It'll come back in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll watch this and they'll hear us and they'll bring it back in. It'll be our fault.
Yeah. Wayne makes a good point. They are tech tree. The Italian tanks are tech tree minus the premium that we haven't seen much of lately. So they could nerf them. So 15-year thanks for playing, yeah.
Yeah,
well, yeah. I mean, the Luke's. I don't know if is that actually an autoloader or just an auto cannon. At the lower tiers, you got the auto cannon thing going on, which is kind of an autoloader or machine gun-ish thing. You had the Bofors that shoots pretty rapidly, but anyway, all those kinds of tanks that essentially accelerate hit point loss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It stops the traditional type of play that we're used to, the aggressive, get into position, the peek and poke. It stops that now because nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to go there because they're back in the garage before they even start.
Yeah.
So people are now sitting back. I mean, how many times you've had games where even the heavies are sitting back in positions? Nobody pushes forward anymore. Nobody takes a risk because if you take a risk, you're dead. Simple.
Yeah. I don't know, Diablo. I think it's almost worse the way they did it for the Italian TDs. If you look at we'll get into it in a second. In fact, we might as well do it right now. We can take a look at the Italian TDs here. I have them in the client, in the test client. There's some kind of silly stuff going on. Let's just start at tier 6 just for giggles. All right, this blew my mind. Look at this tank. We'll go to the research. So it carries a. Actually, that's the smaller one. Is this not it? Maybe it's the tier 7. All right, this one's actually not bad. This has got 110 damage. All right, so this is kind of a pew-pew gun. So the tier 6 is a fairly standard tank. Not too surprising there. Did I do this? It's the tier 6. All right. Is that a tier 5? Is that where I started? All right, it starts at tier 5. That's right. All right, the tier 6. So tier 5 is a fairly standard tank. Nothing, no big deal, right? 110 average damage, 127 pen at tier 6. Okay. A tier 5, sorry, I keep messing it up. Tier 5. Fairly standard tier 5 TD. Not a lot of people are going to worry too much or play it a whole bunch, whatever. We go over to this one. Look at... This is a 360 alpha gun on a tier 6 TD.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's a low profile as well, isn't it?
I'm just laughing. Yeah, then they jump the shark. Okay, so the 100Y has the 440, known as kind of a crazy gun.
Yeah.
You know. Everything else is in the 240s. The V39 is known as hitting hard at tier 6. Well, I mean, it's a clown compared to Mr. 360 over here. I will say, let's just jump out of this. There are two guns for this particular tank. I have the 102 on it with 360. This is an HE lobber at 440.
Right. Okay.
With a 230 pen heat round at 360, whereas this thing is... So you get a bunch of more pen, or not a bunch, but a whole lot of pen for a tier 6 for sure. But your other round is just a 105 pen, which is still pretty high,
Yeah.
with a 440 alpha. So it's kind of a viable. What I don't know here is what its damage per minute. I don't know what its shell velocity is. Probably slow. It's probably one of
Yeah, I
those.
was going to say, I
Yeah.
mean, it might be a big hitter, but being HE and its velocity will probably be quite slow.
But even the more
It's not-
standard cannon is a 102 at tier 6 that's lobbing 360 alpha shells. Which gives it, let's see if I can get this out of the way for everybody to see. Is it above my nugget? There we go. Which gives it best in class, as far as I can tell. Now, I didn't put every TD here, but I put some of the usual suspects. And the Excalibur is pretty dang good. It got the highest DPM.
Yeah,
with-
no, but the play style of that is going to be quite difficult. What was that? Was it? Trying to think of the Brit tank that had the derp gun. You could put the derp gun on it, but it was horrendous.
The Churchill.
Churchill. Yeah,
Churchill
the Churchill.
TC. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, if you're firing HE with a derp gun, I think you're going to miss more than you're going to hit. I think that
Well,
although
that's
it's got
supposed to
big
be
numbers-
that's supposed to be, but you don't even need to use that. It's kind of a meme gun. You can use this standard top gun, and it's brutal.
It is, yeah. No, I agree with that.
You know. Now it does 35. Let me move my camera here real quick because I'm blocking all the numbers here. It is relatively slow. It's only got 35 kilometers an hour, but some of these others are pretty slow. So it's SU 100Y levels of slow. It does back up at 15. It's got the best camo of the ones I've chosen, anyway.
Have a look at this dispersion on that for us.
Dispersion is pretty bad at 0.4.
Okay.
So that will be something of a
Yeah.
balancing factor. But that's a pretty brutal gun for a tier 6 TD. 360.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, agreed with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's two-shotting a lot of stuff. Easily two-shotting a lot of stuff at tier 6.
Yeah.
So, all right, so there's that dude. And then, bizarrely, for some unknown reason only known to World of Tanks, Wargaming, the tier 7 starts the auto-reloader, or auto-loader. As opposed to tier 8, which is where most of those things happen.
Oh, now yes. Now I'm thinking about that. That's right.
Right.
I think there's only one. I think there's only one other tier. Or is it tier 6 that has the auto reloader? The Italian. Not the Italian.
Well, there's
Can't think of
some
it.
there's some premiums
Yeah,
that
there's
have
this-
it. The Sturv thing has
Yeah,
it.
the Sturv. I was that.
I'm not saying that there aren't autoloaders. It's that when you look at auto-loading lines, I don't know of one that starts the autoloader at tier 7 on the tech tree. If there's one, I don't think so. But this thing starts it there. 220 hull armor, 260 turret. With no real weak spot. I mean, there's a hatch, but look how flat it is. I don't think that's a vision thing. There's another hatch.
Have you had a look on the armor profile? Was it Tanks GG that does the armor profiles on these?
No, I haven't looked at it. I'm just going off the numbers, but
Okay.
220 on the hull, 260 on the turret at tier 7. By the way, guys, just in case you didn't know, you will be unlocking turrets on these TDs.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've got upgraded turrets. That's the standard one is only 175, and then it bumps it up.
And you can't put the top gun on until you've got the turret anyway, can you?
So the stock turret's 175 armor, and then you add almost 100 to the upgraded one.
Creepers.
That's
Bitwise, yeah, I think you're right. It's T29 level armor, isn't it, on a tier 7 TD?
So I think I did a compare on this. I didn't. I took it off. I was going to compare it to the French TD, and then I realized the French one doesn't have the autoloader on it.
Oh, no, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. So mobility on this bad boy. Now, I don't have any equipment, and actually, I don't have any crew on this one, so you're looking at it with no crew. It is doing 31, which is pretty slow, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's equip this thing up.
But then you start to talk T28 territory, T95 territory, don't you? With that sort of survivability.
Yeah.
Where's the weak spots? That's the question. Where do you attack these particular TDs if they do? If somebody takes it in as an assault TD, where's the attack points on it?
Do you want to know where the attack point is on it? I want you to look at your keyboard.
Oh,
go right above the W. There's a number 2 right there.
Exactly. Is it gold to penetrate?
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and good luck with your tier 7s because some of them will still struggle.
Right.
All right,
Pillboxes are up for sale next. That's a bit world of pillboxes.
Pillboxes next.
At the bases. Well, rear end. You've got to get round them, haven't you? I guess.
Well, you can't put a rammer on this. Can't put a rammer. Let's go hardening since it's such a monster.
Cheers to go hardening, just to keep it safe from artillery. Surely. Yeah. You don't have to leave base if you're in a pillbox. I mean, that's cool.
All right, so
it is the next cran. Yeah.
We're not going to mess with. You could put Brothers in Arms to improve some of this stuff, but let's see what happens here with some of this. 16-second reload for 320 damage shells. Let's get some APCR and see what those do. They're 212 pin, which is not fantastic actually. That's kind of low, so the pin is a bit of a limitation. But 16 seconds, and you've got your 3 shells back, and I believe it is 3 shells. Goes by 3s, right? Yep. So it's 3 shells. It's got a 3-shot auto loader on it.
You don't even need to. You wouldn't need to high roll to delete another tank at that tier. You wouldn't need a high roll for every shell.
Well, it does
Would you?
what 9? It does 960. It's got more hit points than that. It's got 1300. So you're not going to delete anything but maybe scouts with one clip. But that's significant, man. What's funny is it's only 320 and the tank below it has a 360. I'm not really sure how that works. But 175 at tier 7, that's like an IS-2. That's painful when you're dealing with overpowered 8s and just any 9. You know, imagine coming up against a Skoda with your 215 pin. That will be a problem. But your armor is significant. You know, not bad.
Yeah, when you look at the profile of that armor, you can see why. You've got this mantlet with the barrel, and then you've got just sloping sides everywhere you look at it. There's no flat point. Well, there is.
Right here
tiny.
On the cheeks.
Yeah.
So there's a little
tiny.
So there's a point right there.
Yeah, and the other side, obviously. Yeah. I don't think there's much.
And then anything from the side's going to flatten it out. So if it's turning its turret somewhere, it's about a 30-degree field of regard, I believe.
Yeah.
Minus 10 gun depression. So this setup, which is pretty standard, is getting you to a 0.36 dispersion, which is not bad. Not bad.
It's not bad, is it?
All right, moving on to the 8. Let's put a decent crew in it with this one as well. Well, not decent, but at least just 100% crew. Let's see what we get out of that. All right, put some equipment on it. We'll go vents. Just do the same thing. IA. There's no rammer, so we'll go hardening. And we'll run food. Get some rounds in it. This is also a 3-round. Alright, so for the tier 8, doesn't get a whole big upgrade in armor. It's 260, but the hull is upgraded to 260. The turret is still 260. But 260, dude. I mean, that's That's a number. That's pressing 2 for most tanks at tier 8, if not all
Well,
tanks at tier 8.
this is going to be all of this is going to be a gold sink, isn't it, for everybody else?
That's significant. Although at tier 8, not as significant. You know, it's 9s and 10s start to get gold well above 260. But standard pen for 9s and 10s is not 260.
No.
You know? So it's definitely going to be, again, no real weak spots. I don't see any real hatch issues here.
Maybe those viewports at the front will be.
No, I don't. Those will probably, one of them is probably going to get your vision piece of equipment, whichever one it is, or maybe both. I don't know. Or maybe it's this thing. I don't know. This one is, what's the reload? Where's the reload on it? There it is. 22 seconds as I have it set up.
But that you could get that down to below 20, I bet you.
Yeah, and you're rocking 400 with 3 shots, and then you've got 300 pen with a heat round. So heat's problematic, but 300 pen at tier 8.
Yeah, that's if you hit the right spot.
Yeah. 226 is decent, actually, for standard pen. That's not bad. And then we can look at shell velocities. Its heat round is pretty low. I didn't look at that. Let's look at that at the other ones real quick. I forgot you could get the shell velocity off of that. Let's look at the 6 and see what the shell velocity looks like there. 900 and 711. And only 700 for the HE. So that's pretty slow, not bad.
Yeah, you're lobbing shells as opposed to shooting them, aren't you?
The 7 is sitting at 903, and the APCR is faster. That's fairly typical. Still not. It's okay. Once you're above 1,000, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And then the 8, as we said, is giving you a.
So it goes a bit silly when it hits tier 9. Then is this what we're saying?
Well, I think it's a little bit silly already, but let's compare this one because we do have something similar in the game, right? So we're going to add this, and we're going to grab the French dude because they're sort of analogous-ish. I'm going to go with the AC-48 because he's actually got an auto loader on there. Let's get this thing set up with 100% crew. We'll just get rid of all the equipment and see what the numbers look like. Get rid of the food as well. Alright. Both have 400 alpha. The AC has a better standard round, actually.
Okay.
Look at the reload for 3 shells.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
what we haven't mentioned, and this is important, the time between shots is significantly different between these two. It's 7 seconds for the CC67 for the Italian. So that's kind of the thing about its auto reloader is that it is a long amount of time relatively for an auto loader for the second shot to go out.
Right.
But it's got a 23-second reload, whereas the AC is out for 30 or so.
Right.
32.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah. It's also got minus 10 elevation, whereas the poor AC only has minus 6.
Yeah.
Traverse, I think it's 30 degrees each side. We don't have a stat for half turrets, I don't think. They really should add that in there. All right, hit points. It's got more hit points. Look at the armor. I mean, the armor is not even close. It's 260 versus 150. Yeah. And then you've got a turret on the Italian one, so 260 on that. Then we've got speed. The Italians or the French is much faster. The Italian, this is slow at 35. And pretty good camo actually for as big a thing it is. So there you go on that. And then we get to the 9. Give it the same treatment here. No, I don't want you on there. Looks like the crew is all the same, actually.
That's one good thing.
Well, I haven't looked at specifics of the radio operator, but I think it looks like it's the same crew setup. Actually, let me check. Is this 4 crew? No, it's 3 crew at tier 6 and 5. All right, so at tier 7, it adds a loader. No, it adds a driver or gunner? Gunner. It adds a gunner at tier 7. All right, so you're going to have 3 crew for 2 and up to 4. Then you'll get 4 for the rest. So the tier 9 is sitting at... Put equipment on this thing also. Get some rounds on it. And we'll run food for giggles. Alright, so the numbers on this one, 490. And is this also a 3-rounder, or did we move into the 4 regime? We moved into 4. So now we've got 4 rounds. 4 rounds at 490, so that's almost 2,000 burst.
Oh.
Although I hesitate to call it burst because of the 7 seconds in between, or 8 in the terms of this tank. 255 average pen is good. You're going to get a 1200. Holy cow, look at this heat velocity. 756. Oh, man. That is slow.
Yeah, that's going to be... You will watch the round.
Yeah, you're going to have a hard time hitting moving stuff with that.
Yeah.
Especially at any kind of range. Wow. Although that's fairly... 255 is not bad. It is a tier 9 TD, though. 325 is probably handling most anything you come up against, although you've got that slow shell velocity.
Yeah.
Minus 10. Here's the traverse angles. They are here. 40-40. So what does that give the 8? The 8 is a 35-35, and the 7 is a 30-30. So you're getting a little bit more each time. We've got 2,000 hit points, 290 hull and turret armor.
This is where, as you said, this is the silliness of it. Is it? You know, if you're ridge fighting, I take it's got 10 degrees depression. So
yes,
if you're ridge fighting, you're that's
now,
what artillery's for. That's
this
what
is pretty flat.
for, to take him out.
I mean, it's 290 thickness, but it's pretty flat on the very front, as you can see right here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of angle right there. There's a little bit on the bottom.
Yeah.
Nice and rounded right there. So if you get off to the side, you're going to get the auto ricochet angles pretty quickly.
Yeah.
What else? What's the speed on this one? Slow also, I believe. Yeah, 35. So they're all pretty dang slow. Concealment.
Again, you know, we're talking the sort of T-28s, the T-95, slow, heavily armoured, big punches.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you've got an auto-reloader, auto-loader, whatever they want to call it, mechanism. Which,
now,
yeah, can you imagine the T-95 having that same setup?
We'll compare this to the 110E5, or the 110E3. This is the tier 10, guys. Let's take a look at this real quick, and then we'll take a break. What are we looking at? Italy. No. We want USA. Actually, just want TDs at tier 10. There we go. So let's have... Is there another autoloader? There is. The 155. Let's add it for just giggles. Actually, let's first do the 110E3 on there. Dang it! All right. TDs. 110E3.
You'd have this pre-set up if we were organised, wouldn't we?
Yeah. That's not how we roll, though. Let's just go with these two. Now, of course, it did that. Anyway. Let me get the basics set up. And then I'll show you how mine was set up in the test, because I used the purple stuff, or bounty stuff, and all kinds of crap. Get the Foch in there.
Cliffy says there is the armour profiles out on Tanks GG. You've just got to select the public test.
Ah, there you go. All right. Let's see. 530, so it's lower, obviously, than the 2750 heavy hitters. Pen is lower, actually, than those two.
Okay.
Reload, though, is 23 seconds. Mine's actually, as set up, 20 point something. So it's 20 seconds. I'll show you that in a minute. We've got Traverse of 45. These are traditional casemates. Minus 10, which is better than both those. Excuse me. Aiming time is better than both of them. Dispersion is worse at 0.42. Look at that DPM compared to those two.
Yeah.
higher. Hit points. Somehow, it has more hit points than a 110E3. Okay. It has
Okay.
5 less hull armor than a 110E3. And then the same armor on the turret at 300. It is slow. Faster than a 110E3. Slower than the Foch. Well, there you go, guys. Crazy. This thing is nuts. So let's
Do
go
you
back.
know, I think if Wargaming has sat down and looked at stats like we're doing here, and they've done it across the range of the TDs and all that, like you would expect them to, do you think that they feel this is a well balanced TD? Because there are pluses and minuses when we're looking at this in comparison to like the 110E3
I don't know
or
what
the
they think
Foch.
because I don't think it's very well balanced.
No, but they think it is. Oh, well, I'm assuming they would think
Well,
it
they're
is because when,
testing.
when you compare
Yeah.
stats like that,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're hanging their hat a lot on that 8-second in between reload thing.
yeah, yeah. Look, it's not that powerful because it
And
takes 8 seconds.
and the dispersion, which is pretty bad. But as mine is set up with bounty vents, hardening, and bounty IA, and food, I'm running Brothers in Arms on the crew, I think. Did I? Yeah, I am. Yes, okay. Brothers in Arms on the crew. I have a 20.88 second reload. I have a 0.35 dispersion, 2-second aim time for 3007 DPM. Whole a few extra hit points at 2,360, I think, because of the hardening, right? I believe, yeah. The speed is not changed. I don't have a turbo on there, so I'm running at 35, I believe. 36. How do I get 36? Is that... Huh. I didn't realize that was what the speed was on it. Maybe it is. Unless, is there a bonus to speed for crew or something? Don't know. It doesn't show it right there, so I'm not sure. Maybe it just is 36. So there you go. I mean, it's in a stationary vehicle. It's got a 24%, 24.18% camo, which is not horrible. Spotting
No,
wise is sitting at 454 with that setup.
right. Well, that's that. Like Wayne is saying, it is an assault TD, isn't it? That's the point.
Sure.
You wouldn't. There will be people who do this. They will sit in the red line with it, but it is actually it's another assault TD. It's another tortoise. It's another badger. It's another 10-1 E3 whatever.
The velocity,
Balance.
the shell velocities are, you can't see it, but the armor piercing is 1303, and the heat is not bad at 1256. That's not terrible.
That's not terrible, is it? No, that's not terrible.
So there they are, man. All right, we're going to take a break. I'm going to jump back into my other client so I can show you some of the Wargaming Festival stuff. I need to recharge my coffee, so 5-minute break, guys. Grab a coffee, relax. We'll be right back. All right, my friends, we are back, and I am now in the party client. We're having a party, my friends. World of Tanks 12th. This is what I was talking about. It's actually beneath Pilgrim a little bit, but you got to press that. You can go and you can see your missions. I know you guys mostly know this, but if you don't, that's how you get here. You'll notice I've done the first major mission. So it looks like next major missions are issued one time per 5 days. So I'm assuming we're only going to get 2. And if it's the same as the other one, it'll be another 20, unless they change the number. I think there's 90 total points. Is that checking with you guys? Anybody else do the math? I bet Bitwise has. Or Diablo. So go to purchase, click on that, and then you will get this store. You can also get there through the store button, and then it's this 12 at the top. And then we're here. I don't have any coins because I spent all mine. There used to be a big card here that was the bonds. My recommendation is buy the bonds first. I mean, yeah, if you're free to play, you might want some premium days or something. You know, you can do that to taste. But my real recommendation for nearly anybody is just get the bonds first. And after a couple days, plus the major mission, I had enough to get the bonds. So you could do it, I think, 5 times. What was it? 6 coins for 600 or something like that. In any event, get the bonds. I think my next purchase is going to be the reserves. I think I'll pick up as many of these as I can. There's 10 of them, so 3 times 10 is 30. And then I'll have a few more coins after that. I can pick up a few more things. That's it. That's my spiel on that.
Well, now you see, now I understand it now. So I've got until Monday the 22nd to get 90 coins, which is what we've worked out at Math in Public.
Yeah.
You get me a load of bonds. Happy days.
Yeah, I would get the bonds. Bitwise makes a good point. You can buy tanks with bonds, so there you go. Cliffy doesn't care about bonds. What?
He's got like 120,000.
Well, okay. If you've got stupid amounts and it doesn't matter, there is that. True. As with anything, it's kind of to taste, right? Burn the witch.
Burn the witch. How do
You
know
can
she's
get
a witch?
one training manual for 10
that'd be cool.
coins. For 10 coins.
Yeah.
What? That's weird. That one was weird. That is the 850 one, I think, for everybody, but still weird. Crew members are probably okay. They come with Brothers in Arms if you're just starting, but you can only get 3.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure how
that's
useful
the Monty,
that.
That's the Monty sorted out, isn't it?
I didn't notice that. Did that not say 5 at one time? Or 6? I thought I mentioned that on stream when we were looking at it. I said, "Oh, that's good because you can get, you can crew any
Through a whole tank.
Crew a whole tank." I think I was looking at this.
Monticle.
I think I was looking at that number, not this number. 3. They've offered 3. Salamander.
Salamander, exactly. Salamander. Full of salamanders.
That is
great
complete.
big bucket full of them.
That you have to be a gigantic salamander to do that.
You do. Yes, absolutely. The biggest webfoot, slimy, aquatic salamander in the world. Exactly. Or have a decal, says Wave.
I cannot comprehend that. That is one of the dumbest things.
Unless you bring the Manticore in as a reward tank.
If you knew anything about this game, anything at all, if you even thought for half a second about this in any way, there would be 4. Because there are so many tanks that have 4.
Yeah.
I would personally tell you need to have 5 because there's some pretty cool tanks that have 5. Yeah. But if you were being chintzy and didn't want to give 5, then 4 is the absolute minimum you would ever consider offering in a thing like this.
Yeah.
3 is virtually useless to anyone who's trying to build a
Isn't it just? You would have that poor radio op or the loaders sat down the bottom without BIA, without anything, being hated by the rest of his crew, being told he can only have bread and water, he's not allowed to have Coke or Malik or anything else, whatever tank you put it in.
Yeah.
He's going to be hated, that fourth crew member, isn't he?
Not a bad idea, 8th Hussars. There is that. All of the commanders you have sitting around your barracks, by the way, these are all special crew that I haven't used.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm morally advocating for the new guys.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
clearly
you could crew all of your tanks with top people. Look at
somehow
that.
I have this person twice. I don't know how that happened. I think I got credited by Wargaming, and I bought the package, and I think they credited me the package, which is pretty funny. But I have 17 unique crew members I haven't used.
Wow.
Although Italian TDs are coming out.
Oh yeah. Look at him. Look.
Some of them
He's
are
solid.
nation locked though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I do have an Italian. Well, there you go. One of them's good. A Swede and a Japanese crew member, and somehow a.
Why are they
Chinese.
faceless? Why are they faceless?
These are faceless people.
Are they?
Yeah,
Are they the unknowns?
they are the unknowns, the faceless man. They're the assassins.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
It's Zhang
Dunno.
Ji. Zhang Ji, the faceless crew member.
Faceless crew member. Right.
All right, that's the 12th anniversary. I don't think there's anything else really to talk about in here. Oh, there is a big reward. You have to do 5 of the missions to get your Lago M38. Oop, there it is. Oop, there it is. Look at that bad
Nice.
boy.
Oh yeah.
That was the reference, Rain. Well done, sir. That was the reference. Well done. And then there's a gentle wave style. If you are interested, my friends, these are what the other styles look like that are for sale. Let's jump in here. We'll put them on this big fat tank because I'm not fat shaming. Let's call them big boned, heavy.
Yeah. Let's call them super heavy.
Yeah. Super fat. No.
You could.
These
You could call
are
them
the styles.
Salamander heavy.
Just look at this big salamander. This is the Sense of Direction 6. It's the Berlin map, basically. Kind of cool looking.
Yeah,
Then
I
we
like
have Gentle Wave.
I'm starting to be distracted by all this stuff. Yeah. I'm like, I get it that some people like this sort of stuff, you know what I mean? But they become cartoon tanks.
Why do you have to be a hater?
I am a hater. I've been brought up to be a hater. My whole childhood was taught to be a hater of things like this.
Is this better?
That's better, yeah. That's even better. That's fantastic. That's exactly how tanks should look on the battlefield. Full of crap and salamander stuff.
I like the little fish.
Dear, oh dear.
This one would make a similar... I think Stal should have sounds with them. You would hear like the...
Yeah, I'd go with that. I mean, why not?
If you were scuba diving and you heard the bubble...
Let's have Homer Simpson driving one of the tanks.
This is a secret module indicator. These are all ammo racks. You shoot the fish.
Is that what it is? Every single one of those is an ammo
That's the
rack.
commander.
That's how it feels when I play the game.
If you shoot that fish,
yeah,
the commander dies because he's way back here hiding, trying to get out the hatch.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and then we have all inclusive, which has cats apparently for some reason.
Well, if Homer was in the Navy, he could drive the tug, so it's fine.
And a mouse. This mouse shows up in a lot of stuff. I don't know. Somebody at Wargaming loves this mouse thing. I also like how it's upside down. Why are they all upside down? Oh, they're okay. They're right side up here. Maybe it's if I look at it this way, they're fine. I don't know.
No, the why question. You've got the wrong why question. It's not why is it upside down. The why question is why are these styles in this game? End. Period. It's not any other why.
Don't know. But anyway.
Which 3-year-old wants to do their tank like that?
Come on, man. All right, next is only 12. This is the 12th anniversary thing. I don't know. It's kind of... This feels low effort to me, but okay. Where's the 12? I thought there was a 12. Is it on the... Oh, there it is. All right, so it sits on the front. There you go. 12 years. So you can have a colorful VK-168. And then lastly, this one's actually pretty cool. Palm Forest. Whoosh, look at that.
Still waiting for Discord to catch up.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there you go. Oh, right. No, okay. I
Yeah.
can go with that because
Yeah.
it's very Germanesque.
Yeah.
It's, it's Berlin mappish. I quite like that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Not that I'd ever put a coin in the bank for that, but anyway.
Bitwise with the 200 IQ move. Don't shoot ammo racks. They have a worse crit chance than the other models.
There you go.
Interesting. So shoot the tank. Shoot the fuel tank and light them on fire. It does,
Yeah,
Wayne.
exactly.
That does look like camo. I would agree.
Yeah.
So those are the ones you can buy. I don't know if I have the one that is the award. What was that called, actually?
It was
Oh, I
the,
did. Yeah, I showed them. Gentle Wave. Yep, I did show that.
Yeah,
so that's
Gentle Wave.
that's the Gentle Wave one. Gentle,
Yes, you're right, Gator. Red historical. Or hysterical. We could have hysterical camouflage like they've got. Like 3-year-olds' paintings.
Good
camouflage.
news, you can select that in the settings and you don't have to look at all the colorful stuff.
That's the correct thing to do.
I turned that off. I look at all the silly stuff now. I don't care. I got over it. I was on that bandwagon for a long time,
What do you know?
and I just gave up on it.
You gave up.
Yep.
You gave what? You gave up because you wanted to put a
'Cause I wanted to
3-year-old
put
drawing on your tank.
I did, and I have done so. I've put silly camos on tanks. Like, I don't know. I can't think of one right now.
I know I've done the same with the Italian autoloaders. They're all silly. They've got the Day of the Dead camouflage. Or
I have a
something
Barney
stupid like
tank. Is that the Type 5? Is
that.
that
A
what
Barney
I,
tank.
is that what I did that on?
Okay. Game is silly, Wayne. Yeah. Play a proper game like DayZ for crying out loud.
What did I make the Barney tank? Oh, is it the...
The T103.
Yes, that was it. There you go. Cliffy's got it. It was the T103. Yep. Yep.
And of course you've got.
Oh,
the
I took it
T290.
off. I did. I took it off. I need to put Barney back on. Anyway, that was a random tangent.
It was.
Bitwise likes those better than the Warhammer 4K. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we, man? I think we're done with the whole 12th anniversary stuff.
Yeah, no, that was a good shout. We've gone through all that.
Frontline starts August 20th.
Does. Hoorah.
Somebody mentioned it earlier, and we did beat that horse a little bit. But arcade cabinets out. I haven't touched that. Has anybody played it? Is it really miserable when it's that slow?
Well, I'm gonna play it after this and just
You're
see.
gonna give it a
'cause
shot? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I don't mind it being a slower game. That'd be cool. We'll see whether it's not going back.
Guys
6
are
years,
asking on the
7 years.
stream, like, if you played a mouse, would you be able to, go take a nap before you got to the
It's a pillbox.
before
It's
you
a
got to the
pillbox, a
front
mouse.
line? Man.
Yeah.
Go take a nap and chill out.
That makes sense.
Let's see here. There is rumor of a Italian leopard.
Oh,
gonna go-
why? Wow. What?
There it is.
On what? What as a premium?
Well, no, it's a tier 10, so I don't know if it's I'm assuming it's going to be a reward tank of some kind, or I don't know how you would get to it, but it's a tier 10 medium tank, 4-round magazine with auto reloading system.
Of course. Of course. Why not? Why not just join the bandwagon? Yeah, exactly. I'm going to find something to poke my eye out with, I tell you what.
Yeah. Do not advocate self-harm on Twitch. Reported.
No,
Reported.
it's just poking my
Reported.
eye out, that's all. It's a
Just-
false eye, so it's okay.
It's okay. I'm just a small poke.
Yeah.
Just
On a slight poke.
just to remind myself how much it sucks. Anywho, what's it got? It's got 258 pen with AP. It's got 323 with APCR. 50-second reload time. Yikes, that's a long time. Reload between
if
shells.
it's a leopard, just go straight to the aiming and dispersion and have a look at that. Forget everything else.
Well, it's
if
5
it's
seconds between shells, so that's another tank with a long time between shells.
Balancing.
So what's going on in the Italian tanks?
Maybe they're employing an Italian designer
Well, are they
Maybe they've.
right? So is it all stylistic and not very
Yeah,
efficient?
maybe it's a bit of Ferrari.
Or are they making spaghetti?
They could be.
Or are they
They've
having
got the
a?
chef,
Are they
They've got the Italian chef.
between shells? Do they have to down a calzone? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, I could do with a calzone right now. Actually,
That is not a bad idea. Just made myself really hungry.
yeah, I did. I'm now grumbling below, and that's not wind.
I mean, is the commander's like loaded the cannon, and the gunner's
Yeah.
like, I'm eating my calzone. The radio's like, Falgoon.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's 4 shells in the magazine. Here's the reload times. First round 20 seconds. Wait, what? Is this how they work now? First round's 20 seconds, and the second round 7, then 9 point.
That doesn't work right. That can't. No.
Does that happen now on any tank where the first one's longer and then shorter and up to longer kind of stuff or something?
No.
I don't know. Let's
No.
see. Dispersion. Whoa. See, the Italians can't even make a good German gun.
No. They want to copy the Leopard. The Dispersion's poop.
That's horrific.
And they just-
0.38 for a tier 10 medium.
I don't know. That's terrible, isn't it? That's
These
the
are early
balancing of
stats.
this
These are
thing.
early stats. That's kind of all over the place, isn't it? That's very strange. What's the speed on this thing? The rounds are 1,400 and 1,000. Where's the actual tank speed? I don't think it's on here. Oh, let's continue reading. Hold on, there might be more info. Do. 4 people. Commander is the radio operator, gunner, driver, loader. Roll in combat, sniper, with a .38 dispersion.
Yeah. Oh, Diablo's just 3 marked his. What did you 3 mark, Diablo?
Whoa, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We're having a coffee talk here, and you're playing the game? What the heck?
Yeah, he does that, doesn't he?
Right,
You
he's
know what I
not-
mean?
Pay attention.
He's more than capable. Yeah, he's more than capable. The cram. He 3 marked the cram. He's more than capable. He can multitask because he's in touch with his feminine side, aren't you, Diablo? That's why.
Well done, man. Well done. 3 marked
man.
the cron live on stream, even though we weren't watching it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call it that, live on stream.
Call it that. We'll take the credit for that.
All right, here it is. The speed for this thing. It's got 1,800 hit points. Dude, I love this translation. Like, what is strength is hit points. Hull reservation. Tower booking. It says tower. And then it says forehead.
Brilliant.
Forehead. That's fantastic. I think I need these to be my actual translations for my stuff. So yeah, someone just said 60, 15 in reverse. Okay, I'll buy that. Let's see, is this what this says? It is 60 max speed, 15 in reverse. That's pretty good. Is it still showing the .38 dispersion? What does this say? Yep, .38. Oof.
See, that's not German Leopard territory at all, is it?
Aiming time is information time.
Oh yeah.
Spread over 100 meters. That's pretty close. Average damage per minute. Recharge is reload. The speed of Gore's translation to the sight. The rate of fire of the gun. That's probably pretty close. That's pretty funny. Stationary car. Stationary machine.
Diablo's put the replay in his cran replay in.
Okay, nobody wants to see your 3 mark.
No.
Bragging. Cool, man. I'll check it out. Awesome. Well done. Funny thing, it was almost another 6 kills, 6k DPG. That's amazing, dude. Good on you.
It's only because Coffee Talk was on. Only because we were in here. You've
hell
got to take the credit,
That's
Guido.
right.
He
Yep.
would have done it.
Well,
if
yeah, it
wasn't
was
for us.
done. It was done on my stream.
That's it. So you got CC everything, RNG, everything. That's made it work.
It's beautiful. So Italian Lion is on its way for whatever that's worth. Not much.
Do you want some roly fudge?
Some what?
Some roly fudge. Do you want some roly fudge?
I do, but you're several
from
thousand miles too
Cornwall.
far away. Fisherman's Bay changes, dudes. Check this out. This is significant, actually. I'm going to move this a bit.
Ooh.
I'm actually going to get you and me out of the way a little more.
Oh, because I'm eating.
Maybe we should be in the corner the whole time. That's probably better.
Whoa.
There. There, I got you. That's perfect for Pilgrim. We'll put him right there. All right.
I feel disjointed, yeah?
All right.
Half of me.
All right. Fisherman's Bay changes, my friends. So they are going to mess with these particular areas. And check it out. So we've got... This is what it is now. As people side scrape here and use bushes, you can't really see it very well, but there's a bush up here that people use. And they're shooting down that lane. But what they've done is they've changed this considerably. They've shifted stuff off to the right. This building is more significant. Basically, they've tried to make it to where you can push down this road now. So this is another view of it. You can see that there's some side scraping capabilities. This, like that whole lane right there, you just get shredded. So they've moved the buildings off to the right so you can get up here and side scrape and do some stuff. There's more buildings on your right side. You know how you get shot all the time from the guys up in the middle? So there's more cover here. If we come down here, we can see that this is the little pokey area here that they've moved that around. You can see these buildings are now pushed out. If we come down to here, this is where you can really begin to see this whole side was unusable as you move through. There's no cover to move forward. Now we've got buildings.
You couldn't push through there.
Yeah, you can tuck into the buildings here and things, and these buildings are shifted away. So this is significant.
Yeah. Look at that. You can move all this halfway up now.
Yep, there's some cover here for not getting shredded by guys up here.
On that particular view there, if you're on the opposite side and you're down by the water, you'll still have shots across.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So if you're going to push up there, you want to know there's nothing on your right flank.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Red coat. Did Doom Sniper time himself out?
He did. He paid 2,000 to time himself out. Well done, Doom Sniper. Good on them. Time himself out. Why not?
I think that may be an indication of how much he dislikes this.
Yeah. If you're
This
not
sucks.
bored with
This sucks so bad. I'm going to time myself out of it.
I'll have some rolling fudge on that. Okay.
All right, so you can see the changes here. And someone said remove bushes. Your wish is our command. Remember the sniper spot here? People would hide behind all that? Gone. Bush is gone.
No.
Oh, yeah. Bush is gone. It's hard to see. Yep, they've denuded this one too, I believe. I don't think there's any bushes in the second row either anymore.
Oh, that's bad, man. That's bad. That was a really good position to get to.
Yep. This
I hope
is
they
angle.
balanced that up.
Look at this. So they've put an angle here instead of making this such a corner.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
We have, where is this? Okay, this is the courtyard. This does not look that different. Doesn't look that different. Oh, you can see that angle right there. And then we have a couple extra buildings out in the field on the edge by the city. A couple things to hide behind and work with. Then we have the same thing here on the other side. So this is the one side. This is the one other side right here. You know, the one side, the other side. We have
like the opposite side, you mean?
Here's an added bush, actually, right here. That's different.
Well, it is, but they've moved the building. They've made the building smaller.
Well, they've made this one smaller, yeah. So now this side actually has an analog to that. There is a bush on this building where you can shoot across. This one did not have it. So it was a bit of a problem, but because people would hide there. That's hard to see, but there's some building moves. That's the middle. I guess this is a position people used with good gun depression. I have never once ever used that bush, but it's been covered up. So there's another.
Because you could well, basically, you could knock that line of trees down there on the right hand side, and you could bush snipe across the other side there,
Over to here.
and that bit, yeah, and then that bit you were saying, you could with good gun depression, you could sit back and look through that
or
bush,
fall
and
off
the
if you
gap
start
between the
taking
buildings.
hits. Yeah.
Yeah, well, but if you could hit them between the buildings, the gap.
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the two sets of buildings.
Well, it's over
And
now.
it was quite, yeah, it is over now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over.
Sod yeah.
It's over. Now, this one is significant, fellas. Raise your hand if you love Airfield. I know Diablo, it's one of his favorites. No, actually, who said that? Who said they wanted to get rid of all those maps? Bitwise.
Yeah.
Bitwise loves
Yeah.
Airfield. Guess what? Big changes. This is going to be almost unrecognizable, actually, to some extent. They're going to really rework the heavy fighting area, a little bit of the light tank area, which is hilarious because it's stupid, but anyway. Apparently, according to Wargaming, this is where light tanks go, this little tiny chunk of the map.
Okay.
Salamanders. And then
Yeah, absolutely.
there's a little bit of a change here. So, what do we got? We have, this is the hill looking towards the heavy brawling area. They've gotten rid of this rock, and this is actually now traversable. You can go down through here.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting. And
Yeah.
they've changed this up a little bit. You'll see that a little bit better in a minute. This is the heavy brawling area, and it's hard to kind of see what's going on here, but this is the one side's perch, and this is the other side's perch. That's the middle road right there. Look what they've done.
Yeah.
It's just completely changed.
Opened it right out.
Yeah.
Opened it completely
Well,
out.
they've sort of opened it, but then also closed it. I don't know. It's the top view is where you really get a better idea of. This is the current situation up top,
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no.
So you've got one's
Yeah.
spotting ledge, the other one's a little ledge.
Yeah.
You've got that center rock, and then the
Yeah.
then the ramp. Well, look what they've done. Really opened up these
Yeah,
perches
no.
to much
Changed
larger
the whole of
spots.
that, yeah.
This whole section, the bottom section, is completely reworked.
Yeah.
Right
Have
there.
they removed bushes from the ramps as well? Looks like it.
What ramps?
The two.
Oh,
the
up
two-
here. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
a good question. Yeah. Well, no, there's some here. It looks like on the edge. Let's take a look. There's still some here, and this side has some here. So yeah, those bushes are kind of still there. Oh, wait a minute. What
Oh,
is
scouts just go to that spot.
what is this?
Hey.
Look at that. I didn't notice that at first. Look at this big. There's a hangar over on the other side now. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Well, I suppose that balances out because you've got.
Yeah,
two
there it is.
hangars.
So that you can see it again in that picture. There's a hangar on the other side that wasn't there before, which gives some more ability to kind of move up and leapfrog through all this area and deal with snipers back here without just driving out into the open and getting shredded.
Well, I guess that was a huge shooting gallery for TDs, really. That whole.
This map was known for the first aggressive
Yeah.
team loses.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this is super test, so
Jimmy's got it. This was known for push and die. So
Yeah.
if it makes it a little easier to push. Now here's where you can see that ramp that goes from the middle down here really easily. So that opening that's been
Right.
opened
Okay.
up, right there.
The thing is, to get to that spot, you're going to have to deal with if anything's like the mediums will come up into the middle there.
Yeah.
That's going to be quite difficult to get down that ramp because you're way wide open. So
Well, I
know
don't. Yeah, I don't
the-
think that's not an early game necessarily. I think great spot.
Late game,
Although it will
yeah,
allow
yeah.
shots if people are trying to push. It will allow shots on the side as long as you're not getting shredded from people
Yeah.
shooting at the top of the hill. But late game, it will allow you to move down there quickly if you need to without going all the way around.
Yeah.
This is the light tank reworking area. I don't know, dude. What? So there's some more rocks and not really a lot of bushes. Okay, whatever. Seems to me at one point this had a bunch of that in this part. This map has been redone a couple times.
I think I seem to remember it being very similar to that
Yeah.
before.
Remember you could actually get up on here? Back up here?
Yes. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I seem to remember that.
At one point.
Yeah.
So that's pretty significant though. That's a lot of changes to that map.
Be interesting to see how that comes out.
I hope it makes it
But
better.
like Wayne says, 2024 we'll probably
Yeah.
see it.
All right, patch notes for 1.18. We've changed some things. 232. Yeah, that's all small stuff. Nothing major there. All right, what else we got? I think we're getting towards the end, my friends. We talked about Super Test. We got the line. We talked about Arcade Cabinet. Common Test 2. I think that's it, man.
I think we're done. I think we've done your list.
Do you have a... You said you might have a...
I now have a competition. I didn't have one at the start because I wasn't organised. But I do.
No way.
Yeah. I wasn't organised this morning, unfortunately.
No way. Okay.
It was a long morning this morning. I must say. I don't think
I was going to say, you were a little late showing up, so I was a little bit worried you might not make it.
Yeah, normally I'm on, aren't I? And yeah. Long morning.
Yep.
But I had to go and get the fudge. That's what it was. Right, competition then, guys. Just to round it all off, this is for 500 gold, so it's only for fun. What I need is the winner needs to give me your in-game name and your server that you're playing on, either in a whisper or however you want to do it. You can whisper me, and I will sort your gold out today. So, for 500 gold, just 500 gold, dead easy one, seeing as the NA server, let's talk about Old Glory, shall we? Old Glory has three colours on it, does it not? Red, white and blue.
Yes.
Okay, there are meanings for each of those colours, and I'll accept one out of the two meanings for each of the colours. Each of the colours has two meanings, okay? So, I want to know, what does the colour red mean on Old Glory? What does the colour white mean on Old Glory? What does the colour blue mean on Old Glory? It's colour spelt with a U, by the way, Colonials.
No, it's not color. Diablo said the red is for red.
Yeah. Diablo, you're so close.
Good try,
and Wayne, you're very close.
Solid try. Solid effort. Solid effort. Wrong, but solid effort.
Wrong, yeah. So what does the red stand for? I'll accept one of the two answers that I got on Pilgrim's Wikipedia.
In today's school, you would still get about 59% out of that answer, even though it's completely
Can you really?
wrong. Just the fact that you tried gets you almost
the fact
a C.
that you wrote.
Get you a C minus.
Use one of these.
Yeah. You had a thought. Here's a C minus. Good job.
There we go. Just around midnight. There you go. You got it, mate. There you are. Just around midnight is the winner. Correct. And he even spelt colour correct, did he? No. So just around midnight. I think I've got your in-game name, but if you want to whisper it again, just let me know. I think I've got it anyway. Is the winner.
Yeah,
so what I've got is this. Let me just colour and paste it. Not colour and paste it, cut and paste it.
You could colour and paste it. It might take a little longer.
I could colour and paste it, yeah. So I'll paste that. Look, that's the answer I got with the colour spelled incorrectly.
Red,
however,
white, blue, yeah.
Just around midnight wins. Google wins, yes.
Google. All right, man. Well, there you go. We've got a patch coming up. I will be streaming on. Excuse me. I will be streaming on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I always say this on, not always. I often say this on Sunday. I might actually stream later today. We'll see. I have some videos to make. Oh, I've also restarted the What's the Best series. I'm on tier 9 now. I have the SPG. This will be a huge mystery to everybody as to what I picked as the number one. And then we'll move on to light tanks, and we'll go from there. So I will get through the tier 9s, what I think are the best ones.
Have you got a mnemonic for your shorts now? Have you decided what you're going to call them?
Quick tactics tip.
QTT.
Yeah. Yep.
Hang on. Is not a QTT one of these?
No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
It's, you stick it up your nose to clean.
Nose?
Or your ear. Or your eyeball. I don't know. What do you use it for?
I thought those are mostly for ears. That's a Q-tip.
It was, Q-tip, QTT. There you go.
It could be a Q-tip.
Could be, couldn't it?
Yeah. Quick tip. Yeah.
Guido's Q-tips.
Yeah.
Unless of course you're Goose, and then you use those to remove your makeup, don't you?
Yeah, Guido's Q-tips, full of earwax and
can I just
worth
do
as
one
much.
quick,
Hey, Ozzy. Go ahead.
Can I just do one quick advert
Sure.
for a DayZ server? Do you
Yeah,
mind?
yeah, absolutely.
Seeing as we're all-encompassing coffee
You
talk,
betcha.
I've just come across a server and I've had a good chat with the owners. They're two lads from, I want to say Yorkshire because they speak with a Yorkshire accent, so they're probably going to kill me now. But they've just started an absolutely epic DayZ server. So those of you who want to go and play DayZ or do play DayZ, then go to, and it's on, I'm going to put it on there, look, UK Insanity and DayZ. You'll find it on the RSA launcher or the DZSA launcher. They are absolutely mental when it comes to they have every form of hazard on the server, and that's why they call themselves UK Insanity. It is an insane server. Go on it, have loads of fun. It is incredibly great fun. I've been at it all week this week. That's why I've got bags under my eyes, because I've been up all night doing it. So, and they cover the NA guys as well, so you're fine. Right, there you go. Thank you.
All right, hold on a minute.
Hilgan doesn't understand what I'm saying. Poor old.
I'm gonna try this poll, man. Let's see. Okay. What happened? Did anything happen? Did the poll come up?
No. Attack Crows thinks he's chat banned.
Attack Crows. Oh, see if he's. Why did the poll not work? Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
It's up
it
there.
is.
I was trying to do that because just around midnight, redeem points for a poll. There we go.
Oh, it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
I voted in my own poll.
You didn't.
I did. I touched my own.
You didn't.
I touched my own poll. Oh boy. It's going. It's going. No's have it. So.
Where's it
Oh,
going?
it's 50-50.
Cotton Buds Quinetics in the house.
Phonetic, what's happening, man? I think I'm gonna have to call him Q-tips here pretty quickly.
Q-tips. There you go. Remember, James Bond had Q, didn't he?
He did. Yeah,
So
it's winning. It's winning.
It is. It is.
That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Quinetic, what's going on? You guys check out Quinetic's stream, man. Dude, are you you have to be, are you partnered now? You have to be, right? Did I hear that a while ago? I think I heard that a while ago. Twitch partnered? Question is, when is EU going to ask you to be a CC?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All the effort that Quinetics puts into this game.
Nearly a year. Okay,
Exactly.
that's all right. I'd heard that for a while ago. You typically have hundreds of people. That's awesome. 59 to
Oh, cool.
41. You did. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Congrats to Quinetic and EUCC. That's no easy feat. Their requirements are much higher than NA because it's just a bigger market.
Yeah.
Like I probably would not be a CC on EU. Too small. Good on you, man. That's cool.
Good though, isn't it?
That's fantastic, man. Yeah, there was some discussion. Not that I have a lot of inside info, but the people did mention your name. Well, people being CCs did mention your name, but I think there was a lot of maybe because you don't stream on NA a whole bunch, do you? Or you always? I don't remember which one you're streaming on mostly. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't be both, but I think they try to not do it that way. But that's cool. I think it's better to be a CC, an EU CC, frankly. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. All right. I guess I have to call them Q-tips.
There you go. It's done. Q-tips it is.
Quick tips.
Yeah.
Q-tips. All right, man. That's
See,
awesome.
Ozzy suggested it. Anyway, that's everything.
That's hilarious, man. All right. Well, I actually just finally figured out how to do the stupid polls, too. You'd think I'd know that after 3 years, but whatever.
No, it's not the way you roll.
No, it's not how we roll around here.
No.
All right, guys. Appreciate everyone coming by. Let's actually do a raid this time. I always forget when we're doing Sunday Coffee Talk, but we do need to go raid somebody. Let's see who is up and about and doing their thing today. How about, anybody got any favorites they want to go check out? Could rate. We could go join Walls.
Join Quinn.
06 Walls. We go to Quinetic, but he's not streaming. He's here. There's not many people up right now.
Yeah, so it's like early morning, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Goose going? I didn't see him. Is he?
He's always going in. He's got makeup on again, hasn't he?
I don't think Goose is here unless he just started. He doesn't have a lot of people watching at the moment. Well, Old Man the Wise is up. We can go there. I don't see Goose. Or is he saying, is Goose in chat? I don't know. No, he's not playing tanks right now. Yeah, let's go hit up Old Man the Wise. That'll work. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Hey, someone chucked bits at me. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Right
I
on,
did.
man.
I got rid of them, mate.
Oh, I was getting excited. All right. Thanks, man. I'm still excited. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah. That was so genuine. That was such a genuine response, Guido. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Awesome, man. All right. Congrats to Quinetic. Expect a stream on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe later today. We'll see. I might just do videos today. Look for the What's the Best Tier 9 series to get restarted. I've got the Q-tips now coming out all week. And you guys have a great week. Otherwise, we'll see you next Sunday if we don't see you before. Thanks for coming, and let's go start the raid. We are going with Old Man. Here we go. Here we go. Start the raid. Hit it out in 10 seconds. Thanks for coming, guys. Enjoyed it. Always fun to start my Sunday off with this. Hanging out with you guys, having a coffee, and talking bollocks. It's perfect.
Indeed.
All right. Exactly. See you guys later.
That is.